That sumbitch as tough as woodpecker lips.
The Southern Saturday Podcast.
Oh, well, come on, son. You couldn't whoop a pitcher of meat.
It's like giving your ears a big glass of sweet tea.
Come on, boy. Shit.
Drink up and enjoy.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Southern Saturday Podcast. Got a very special guest today. He's been a buddy of mine for a little while, Mr. Marshall Patrick.
What up,
What's
Southern
going
Saturday?
on, Southern Saturday Podcast?
This is where the magic happens.
I don't know what episode this is. It should be like 10 or something like that. But I'm honored to have you here.
Well, I'm honored to be here. I do want to say, before we say anything else, I'm a little aggravated at Courtney.
Okay.
I'm a little aggravated because I just watched her podcast, and you said she was the first guest you've had on there that you've seen naked, and I wanted to be the first one.
You know what? If I had thought about it ahead of time, I would have, that's my bad.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't send those pics for nothing.
Yeah.
But,
well, I didn't know if you wanted me to tell everybody. That was the thing. I didn't know if you wanted everybody to know. Sorry, Courtney. Marshall is the first.
there you have it. Give me my crown.
So we got something in common. We do this full time.
Yes.
Content creation
Yes, sir.
full time. And you said you've been doing it about 2 years full time.
Roughly 2 years,
Well,
yeah.
let's not even talk about it. What made you start doing videos, period?
Man, okay. I've been doing, so are you familiar with TK and Mike?
Yes.
Nobody is. I'm glad you are. When I was young, I started watching TK and Mike videos and absolutely fell in love with skit comedy. And then In Living Color came out. And
Yep.
In Living Color was everything to me. So,
Jim Carrey,
yeah.
Jamie Foxx.
So it really, TK and Mike, me and my buddy Steven used to reenact those videos in the woods. And they were stupid and dumb. Like, nothing funny at all, but I don't know.
TK and Mike were hilarious.
Yeah.
And there's every now and then somebody will say two people's names and it'll be like CJ and Mike. And I'll be like, oh, like TK and Mike.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, who's that?
And it's funny that every show they would start arguing over Mike and TK or TK and Mike.
Yeah.
And they're like going back, well, no, it's Mike and TK.
If y'all don't know who TK and Mike is, they're old VHS hunting comedy shows. They're great.
Yeah. They're still around on YouTube. I don't think they make new stuff, but the old stuff you can still.
That's what I'm saying. You go look them up.
Yeah.
It's still probably.
I wonder whatever happened to them.
I was about to say, I'd like to know how old they are.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, because when I was a teenager, they were, I guess, 30s.
Yeah, and I was a kid. Because how old are you?
31.
Yeah, so I'm
41.
3 years
41.
older. Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
You barely missed it.
I was talking about 30s. Yeah, 41.
Yeah, so you're just a little bit older than me.
Yeah.
I'm be 34 in a few days. By the time this comes out, I'll be 34.
Yeah.
But I still remember TK and Mike. My dad and them used to have the VHSs.
The old, let me see your fishing license.
Yeah, so
game warden.
So that's who made you want to start doing videos.
Yep, TK and Mike.
That's
for sure.
That's great, man.
And I started doing stupid little dumb things, with the big giant cameras that we had when we were kids. And then
I had something similar. Like everybody thinks that Southern Grandpa is like the first thing I did. No, it's the first thing I did that did anything. I had a lot of failure, but I told this story one time. I had a video go viral, and when I was young, like 20 or something like that, and it was really vulgar. It went viral, and my mom called me from work, and at that age, at 20. Back then, I'm still scared of my mom, and she's calling me from work like, why are these people showing me this video?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God.
Who are you?
It's back when YouTube was brand new.
Where's my baby, Justin?
And I'm like, I was lip syncing a rap song is what it was. It was a girl vulgar rap song, and I was dancing and lip syncing to it, and it just went super viral on YouTube back in the day. And we didn't even know how to take stuff down on YouTube. We're freaking out.
My neck, my
That's
back.
exactly the video it was. That is the exact song it was. My neck, my back, and I'm lip syncing it, the whole thing. And I'm dancing and I'm drunk, and it went viral, and my mom's calling me at work, and we deleted it. So that video is gone forever.
Yeah.
Looking back at it, I wish I still had it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I most of my early content was pretty vulgar, and it's funny to me.
It still is.
Especially doing construction comedy. It's hard to do funny construction videos without dropping F-bombs every
Of
other
course.
because that's how we talk.
Well, my stand-up is still that way. When I do stand-up, I have to, you have to dial it back for platforms.
Yeah.
But like when you come see me do stand-up, I'm still talk the way that I talk.
It's like Bob Saget, man. People see him on Full House.
Yeah.
And like, oh, he's so wholesome.
That's such a great example.
Bro, go see Bob Saget live.
Well, when they saw him in what was that? The second Dumb and Dumber that they made.
Yeah.
There's shit all over the wall. They're sitting there. This is Bob Saget.
Oh man, Bob Saget. If you think he's wholesome, you should have seen that stand up.
Yeah.
It's raunchy.
Rest in peace, Bob Saget.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a lot of people like that where you go see their stand up and you're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Or when somebody makes a cameo. Like I remember the first time they put what's the American Idol guy, the really good looking the host guy, Seacrest. When he was in Knocked Up that time, when he's like, they just fuck my shit up all day.
Yeah,
You're just sitting there like, oh my god.
You wouldn't expect him to talk like that. What? Did you cuss?
But you know,
you're one of us.
But you know what's wild is I tell people that whenever they're like when I first started doing my videos, people would be like, you shouldn't cuss like that. I was like, well, everybody that you know and I know cusses.
Right.
I don't understand why we're all pretending we do not. I actually don't know, but maybe a handful of people that don't.
Right. Same.
Like every you can watch people do professional interviews and whatever, and they're like, anyways, man, so like, I told him, man, fuck that. And you're just like, yeah, that's how people talk.
Yeah. Yeah, it's annoying. But, it's something about...
don't put it on Sesame Street. I get that, but like, we all talk that way.
Yeah. For me personally, when I was doing the vulgar content, I kept getting banned left and right and videos taken down. And I'm assuming it's a correlation, but I said, all right, I'm going to clean my shit up. And that hadn't happened much.
Every now and then, do you feel like, though, that's just like I'm not going to say a targeted attack, but I see plenty of creators where like every other word.
Yeah.
And you're just sitting there and their videos are doing well.
Well, back in the day, it was Gregory. Gregory was very vulgar, but Gregory had a lot of enemies because of Gregory.
Well, that's the thing. I think it's people reporting or whatever.
Yeah, Gregory. I had a whole account taken down at like 120,000 gone because of Gregory.
Gee,
he's just vulgar, man. I'd have people in my inboxes, the super Christians, and like, you shouldn't joke about adultery, and like, man, it's a freaking fake truck driver.
It's a skit.
This guy doesn't exist.
It's a skit.
He's rolling around town screwing everybody's wife. Yeah. In theory.
Dude. But if the comments on people's videos are insane. You're like, there's no way that this is a real person that believes this. I put up a video the other day. Me and a fellow creator did a baseball skit where he's pretending to be like a baseball dad, and I'm pretending to be a little T-ball player. I saw it. There's people commenting on this video like, I can't believe you talk about that dad like that. I was like, what dad? What dad? Am I a 6 foot, 250-pound T-ball player? No.
A lot of people in comments, that's their one shot.
It is
at being noticed.
I've got to where I finally can say that I've got to where I don't respond anymore.
It's hard to.
Because you just feel like when you would respond, even if you had like a valid argument, every now and then they'd say something and you'd be like, oh, I shouldn't have never started this.
Well, my girlfriend will tell you more than anybody. My initial response to most of those comments is, and you'll have to bleep this, fuck you, motherfucker. Like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Who are you? Why are you telling me what I need to do with my video?
Exactly.
Like, if you want it done that way,
you make a video.
It's
go tear
right
out.
there.
You can make all your videos.
So to avoid that, I just stay away because
that's what I do.
I've got a temper.
I've got to where I don't reply anymore.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't reply to every negative comment, but the copycat ones were like the ones that I had to reply to. And now I don't. I sometimes I'll type them up and be like, what are you doing? I'll just hold backspace and scroll on.
Just the other day, I had a paragraph. Well, I was carrying it out on this person, like, let me talk to your manager. And my girlfriend texted me right before I hit send, and I was like, okay, so I screenshot it, sent it to her. And she was like, no, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Something similar happened to me. Nothing stopped me from doing it, but I started looking at the guy's name while I was typing it. And I was like, let me go click on this guy's profile. And it was literally like bottom of the barrel type person. And I was like, I just deleted it. I was like, don't reply to this guy. You're going to make his day. That's all he really wanted.
That's what they want.
He wanted you to make his day. He wants his notifications filled up with people replying to him.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes they'll put out outrageous things. Like I'll put up a video sometime. It'll be me doing something. And it'll just be like, look at this fat guy. And I'm like, he just wants people to respond to that.
Yeah.
That's not even a good insult. That's a playground insult.
It's annoying. It's annoying. Like, at least be original.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
give me something.
I see that too.
Every now and then they'll say something that makes me laugh. Like I'll put up a video of me doing rap songs, but I did them in a country, like a old country infomercial. Like, well, this is the sounds of the 90s. And I did like rap songs. And somebody was like, look, it's Garth Brooks. And that was hilarious. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
I even liked it and was like, A+ comment, dude.
Yeah,
this
Garth
is great.
Brooks is funny.
That's a great joke.
Make that a character.
If you give me something like that, you put a little effort into it. You didn't just say this guy's fat.
Yeah, I had a character called Goth Brooks. Did you see him?
Oh no, that's hilarious.
Goth. So, and I just did it like last year. I would sing Garth Brooks songs
like
in emo, like 30 Seconds to Mars.
So good, man. I'm telling y'all, if y'all don't watch
so
Marshall
funny.
Patrick, his ideas are so original in a time where there's not a lot of original content.
It's hard.
There's a lot of content thieves. There's a lot of people that are just doing whatever, taking other people's videos. His content is always original. I can honestly say you don't take even an idea from anybody else.
Yeah.
Like your ideas are so original.
I try. I really try. I mean, obviously, there's inspiration that comes from different places, but I try not to look at someone's video. Oh, this.
I can do that better.
I can put a little spin on that and do it better. I got I've got a grandpa. It's not a Southern grandpa. I've got a grandpa character that I do.
Like the one with the VR.
Yeah. And it's just, I guess he's a Southern grandpa, but it's not the Southern grandpa. But man, and I use the Snapchat filter.
Sure.
Because it's the old man.
I just did one the other day.
I saw. I got people hammered me for copying John Michael. Like, how else would I look old?
Yeah, like, do you want me to go? I don't have
filter.
the money for prosthetics.
Yeah, I'm not.
This isn't a Hollywood production.
I'm trying to think of his. Roscoe. Roscoe is his old man.
Right.
And like Roscoe, I'm not doing any of Roscoe's mannerisms.
Exactly.
I'm using the filter.
The same filter, which is the same one that I use. My grandpa is
so
nothing
annoying.
like your grandpa. It's nothing like his grandpa.
Yeah.
You know how often that Snapchat filter gets used?
Right.
By millions of people.
Yeah, everybody. Everyone credit John Michael when you use that filter.
Yeah, because he invented it.
I don't get it. I don't get it, man.
I don't know. I think that and sometimes I feel like that, like, maybe they're friends with these people. I get Dane a lot. I don't get John Michael ever, but like Dane the Great. People will be like, you're doing Dane. I was like, can you show me any example of any piece of content I've done? I love Dane. I think Dane's funny.
Yeah. Same with John Michael.
Like I've watched his videos. I think they're funny. I don't do any of his material at all, ever. But they never have receipts. They're always just like, well, you're both Southern. And you're like, oh, is that all you got?
I try to think of whatever I can think of that is just so off the wall ridiculous that no one else has done. So that's just
that's what you have to do nowadays, because you just think about it. If you say you want to do something if you want to do a video about a kid playing baseball, that's been done 500 million times. Yeah, not saying you can't do it. You can do it. But people are going to come for you in the comments every time.
And the construction comedy too. It's all the same material, same issues. We all have the same.
It's relatable.
Stuff.
That's
going
why
on.
people like it.
It's just you got to be your own personality in those.
I was about to say, even your construction videos, I don't see anybody doing the situations you do. My favorite one that you ever did was where you're two guys and you're arguing about who worked the most for the company. Those are my favorite ones.
More than me.
Yeah, I missed my son's graduation because I worked so much.
I used to have people get aggravated about my construction skits because a lot of people that do it, they're just these exaggerated situations and they're really funny.
Yeah,
but it's just aliens coming down on the job site. Like, okay, it's funny, but I try to make mine as relatable as possible. Like, man, I've lived
real.
this video.
Yeah.
And the outcome of mine, a lot of times the worker doesn't win.
No.
So I used to,
Like in real life.
I used to get a lot of comments where people were like, man, come on, can we finally see the worker win? And I'm like, does he?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but the boss man's usually walking way high at the end of the day.
Exactly. Like the company themselves are always winning.
Yeah.
You're getting a pizza for busting your ass.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, if you was to die on the job site, they would post your obituary before they posted. Your job would be posted before your obituary.
Yeah, there'll be a temp there the next day just filling his shoes.
Because me and you come from the same like industrial type. I was steel mill, you construction stuff, and like there's people that you run into in those types of situations where the guys are just like, man, you quit that. That's a good job you quit. Like they just want to work 7 days a week their entire life. They're broke down when they're old. I'm not knocking people for working, but like you need some priorities too.
Yeah.
Don't let that place doesn't care about you is what the people don't get.
Yeah. I just it's sad to me to see a lot of people that live for their work.
Well, especially in the South, I don't know how about up north, but down here, like that's a culture thing.
Yeah. And
you're supposed to get a job at 16 and work till you die.
And
what are you doing?
I started picking up bricks on job sites, loading them in a wheelbarrow when I was 14, wheeling the wheelbarrow full of bricks to the dumpster, cleaning up at the brick masons.
And then on mine, I was working 2 weeks of days and then 2 weeks of nights. So my body's constantly just like, what? My insides are literally going, what the fuck are you doing?
That swing shift. My stepdad did swing shift for probably most of my childhood. He was swing shift, and he never got adjusted to it. Never got used to.
You won't. It changes.
2 weeks nights, 2 weeks days. Yeah. It's hard on anybody.
Yeah.
And I hate it. We hated it because, he'd be sleeping all day. We get kind of used to that, and then it flips. Now he's sleeping at night. So it's like, when can we be loud?
Yeah, exactly. So and that's another thing. Like I'd come home on nights. You like nights more because there's no safety and no managers, and you don't have to listen to all the bullshit. But then, you come home and you see your son for 2 seconds before he goes to school. Yeah. Then you're at work before he ever gets home. Yeah. So that's what people are like, man, you quit your job? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, well, I mean, you traveling and all that, you're not going to be able to. I'm like, well, I think me traveling for one day and coming back home and being able to stay home for the other 6 days of that week is what I get to see him way more than working 2 weeks of nights where I never see him.
Yeah, dude. My daughter and I have been so close since all this. She's 18 now. She's about to be 19. But we've been, we're like best friends. We've been really close because I've got time to do whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's nice.
And people, I think that they imagine in their head that I'm just literally like waking up and I don't get up till noon and whatever. Yeah. No, I'm doing work. I just get to do enjoyable work. It's fun. Yeah. If I edit a video that takes 2 or 3 hours to edit, I enjoyed all of it.
Well, see, I get a lot of comments especially on YouTube, which I will, and my YouTube audience is right. I need to get more frequent on YouTube. But
because you've got a pretty big following there.
Yeah, and it's just I'm so obsessed with we were just talking about junk content. I don't want to pump junk content out on any platform, especially on YouTube. Yeah. So whatever I post, I want it to be a good quality video. And some of the the YouTube, everything I film is for YouTube. And some of those things will take me, with all the different 8 characters.
Oh, yes, sir.
Different scenes. It'll take me 8 hours to film it and then another 12 to 20 editing. Yep. So I've got 3 days into making a 5-minute video that I hope does well. Yeah. And, when it don't, that's sad, but
it is.
So it's hard to.
That's probably the most heartbreaking thing that we go through is seeing a video that you really like. You're like, oh my God, I poured my heart in this. It's so good. Yeah. Like I did a backyard fight video. We shot it all day. I mean, all day. And it was a backyard family reunion fight video. I'm still so proud of it. Like the editing and everything that I did for it was, oh my God, I was so proud of it. Slow-mo, shot in 120, and it just, didn't really do anything.
You know what? A funny scenario I compare that to. If you spend all day cleaning the house, right? Mm-hmm. Going to surprise Courtney, cleaning the house, and not Courtney in particular, but your wife.
Yeah.
And you clean, you got everything done, everything's spick and span. It's looking so good, and she comes in and looks at the trash full. Yeah. Like, come on, man. Really? That's how it feels when you do all this work for a video and it just flatlines.
Dude, you ever sat and made like a sandwich, or like a meal in general, and like, I'm talking about really took your time to make it, cooked, dirtied up all these dishes or whatever, and then like dropped a plate or something like that?
Yeah, exactly. No, we're not going to. You did a good job. We're not going to let anybody see that one.
Yeah, well, I don't know. You can put the same hashtags or whatever. I don't know.
I don't do hashtags ever.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I don't ever do them.
I've had mixed results with them, so I don't know.
I hate them.
I've seen. Do you do captions at all? I've seen some people don't even, like Mama Tot does no captions ever.
I just found out, I guess this week, that captions aren't automatic. I didn't know that. You mean like?
Oh no, I mean like a caption, like what you would title your video.
Yeah, I do that. I do captions, but
no hashtags behind them.
But like the closed captions, are they not automatic?
Yeah, they are.
Okay, because
but you can put your own too. Like I've started with podcast clips. I do my own, make them real animated, like Mr. Beast style.
Right. Yeah.
But like if I don't, then they'll TikTok or whatever platform will automate them. But they're usually funny, especially with a southern accent. They're wrong.
I know TikTok does automatic captions, and they're always off for mine. But on Facebook, people keep telling me I need to turn on captions, and I didn't.
Oh, I don't know.
I've looked through this. I don't know I don't know how to do that.
I don't either.
I've looked through the settings.
Y'all comment if you know how.
I thought they were automatic.
I did too. Which I don't know. I never have anybody asking for them on Facebook. The only place I put the captions are on like podcast clips. Because I've noticed the only reason I did it is because I noticed on myself, if I was at work or somewhere and I was watching podcast clips, I would watch them on silent.
Yep.
And do that. I won't do that with skits because I want to hear.
Well, I think with interview clips, people are more engaged if they're reading.
Yeah.
They forget they're watching the video.
Oh, that's a good point.
If they're reading those words, by the time they realize they're reading words, they're 10 seconds in and you got your view.
Yeah.
You know, you got 7 seconds is where you get your view.
Well, my wife is real big into turning closed captions on for like movies.
I do it too.
What drives me crazy about it is I feel like I don't watch the movie.
Yep.
I read and then I look up and I'm like, oh shit, did he stab him? Like
I do that too. I'll have to rewind. Like, wait, what? He said, fuck you, why?
He just slapped her.
Yeah, I'll have to rewind it and watch what I missed, but I do that too with captions. I have a hard time hearing whispers.
Oh yeah, now
it's
hearing
so
wise, the volume when I watch TV is higher than most. Yeah, like, and I don't feel like I have that bad of hearing, but sometimes every now and then when you watch a movie, you're like, why did they record that low?
Yeah, it drives me insane.
Or like when every now and then when you're watching like a fight in the dark or something, you're like, who the fuck lit this?
Yeah.
You couldn't have got that any better than that. I can't even see what's going on.
That shit's aggravating. It's a whole theatrical.
It is. I mean, I get why they do it. They want it to look dark, but like, let's lighten it up to where I can at least see what he's holding or whatever.
Somebody grab a flashlight. Hold a lantern over this guy.
Or just take and do like a blue filter or something. Let's get them where I can at least see what the fuck's going on.
Yeah. Freaking Hollywood, man.
Yeah, and we're just sitting there judging them. Like,
pieces of shit. Like,
I'd love to be there. I'd love to be there doing it.
Pieces of shit. Y'all couldn't have made Top Gun better than that.
Yeah, I haven't even seen Top Gun 2.
I didn't either. Pieces of shit.
Yeah, shit.
The Rock. Come on, dude. You can't do stunts better.
Dude, he put up a picture the other day where he had destroyed his elbow.
Really?
The whole thing was black. Like, because he started training jiu-jitsu for like some movie.
That dude. He's got it going on, man.
Oh, dude. If you look at The Rock's track record or his resume, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, said he started his first wrestling match with like $17 in his pocket. That was it.
Yeah, $7 bucks. Because that's what he named his production company.
Oh, is it?
$7.
Yeah, there you go.
So And then he wanted to be in the NFL, didn't make it, but that's just one of those people that's just going to succeed.
Yeah.
Just not taking no for an answer. Now he's a freak.
A lot of people say I look like him.
Yeah, well, I could see it.
Yeah.
When you first walked up, I was like, damn, is that Dwayne? Oh, okay. Marshall. I thought, what's Dwayne doing here on a Tuesday?
Yeah, it's not. It's just me. I get mistaken for him, Channing Tatum a lot.
Oh, dude, Channing Tatum follows me.
Yeah, does he really?
That's the coolest one so far.
Yeah. Nobody, I don't.
Like, Steve Austin liking my stuff was top tier for me.
Yeah.
He was my biggest, like, I was obsessed with Stone Cold Steve Austin when I was little.
Oh, yeah.
And so that was my biggest one, like the one I was most excited about. But Channing Tatum's probably like the biggest one that followed me.
Yeah, that's cool.
T-Pain was pretty cool because he was in every song when I was in high school.
Yeah. T-Pain's awesome. T-Pain makes, I don't do streaming, but he makes music for streamers to use for free.
Yeah.
And that's cool as hell.
Oh, dude. I watched a video the other day where he made well, he didn't make it. He typed in that he wanted AI to do T-Pain singing a song about something. And he listened to it, and it was literally him.
That's wild.
It was unbelievable.
What about Randy Travis's new song? Isn't that crazy?
My wife showed it to me like a few weeks ago, and I was like, get the fuck out of here.
It gave me chills. And I'm just like, holy crap, that's scary. That's scary, dude.
Well, you're not going to be able to tell what's what at all.
I saw a video the other day. Somebody did an AI, Caitlin Clark, in a press conference, and she was her mouth, her nose was moving with her mouth, like everything looked so real, and she was basically just like, "F everybody, I'm the GOAT,"
So if it wasn't satire, you would immediately think like, "Oh my god,
this is horrible."
People have started doing it for ads. They'll take a video of Joe Rogan doing a podcast, and they'll take his mouth, just like you said, his mouth and everything, and be like, "You got to try this product,
dude."
It won't even be a product he endorses.
It's wild. Do you remember the Tool School video I did with the German substitute Bosch? Yes. I don't know if you remember, but I'm speaking German in there as Bosch.
Right.
That's all AI. My mouth. I can't speak anything. I can't say anything.
I figured you looked it up or something.
No, I can't say hello in German. I don't know. That's all AI. So there's this company. I'll have to find it later. I can't think of it now. But you say the part in English, upload the clip, and it takes them 7-8 hours to get it back to you. They send it back, and it's all in whatever language you selected. Eyes, everything moves with it. And there's so many people on my YouTube that are convinced I speak German.
So let me ask you, if you do Asian, do they take your eyes and...
Well, I don't... I don't...
That was my joke, not his. That was my joke, not his.
Maybe.
It's a great question.
That is a great question.
Shout out company if y'all do that. I would be interested.
It was wild though. I don't know. It looked so real. Yeah.
Well, I didn't even know.
And there's somebody in the YouTube comments speaks fluent German, and after I told him it was AI, they were like, it's so good.
Well, I'm still amazed that they can just take the background away. Now they can take you and make you.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And you got to. I remember the first time I saw a Snapchat filter. You probably remember it. It would take a picture that you uploaded and make that picture rap a song. And I remember thinking how the fuck are they doing this?
That's the only thing I do on Snapchat. Is me and my filters. And my daughter. They're like cameos. We send these cameos to each other.
Yeah.
And it's like this.
Oh, when I was at work, I even got the old guys to download Snapchat. Yeah. And we would just send them back and forth all night long.
Yeah, that's the only thing I do on Snapchat.
That's what it's good for.
I don't know how to use it.
That's what it's good for.
Yeah.
It's good for the filters.
My daughter, she's on it nonstop. And she'll just be snapping pictures of her nose.
My son's Captions. Obsessed with it.
I'm like, what is this?
He's 5 years old. He knows how to navigate Snapchat perfectly.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it.
Oh, man.
I don't know if I want to.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's just one of those young people's apps.
Yeah.
I remember when it first came out, it doesn't make any sense. You're like, wait a minute, so I don't get to keep this? It's gone forever as soon as you're like, oh yeah, it's gone forever.
Then you're like, wait a minute, so it's gone forever?
Right. and then Snapchat got smart about it. Teenage kids being teenage kids are terrible. And they're like, wait a minute, now it tells you when you screenshot?
Yeah. Damn it.
Yeah. It was such a good thing that they ruined.
Yeah, I noticed you screenshotted that pic I sent you.
I did.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to keep that. That's in the spank bank.
I appreciate that. That was a boost of confidence. I felt really good about it.
Yeah.
If you didn't screenshot it, I was going to be pissed. Like,
Yeah,
dude,
well,
what?
I'm just waiting until you get canceled, and I'll just throw that in there with it.
Yeah, here's this.
While y'all are, I'm gonna kick him while he's down.
Yeah. $50,000. I won't show the world your balls. Joke's on you. They've all seen them. Yeah. I used to not be very censored.
No, yeah, I know the feeling, because my original videos that I used to do back in the day were just whatever I was saying was you just didn't, especially when I was young, because like YouTube and shit got popular whenever I was like 16 or so or somewhere. Facebook came out when I was 16, so I had no thought as a 16-year-old kid like whatever I do is going to be immortalized. Yeah, I didn't think that. I just thought like, this is what I'm feeling right now. This fucking Hot Pocket sucks or whatever it is, you know? You just type it like it's never, like it just, whatever's in your mind at 16 years old.
You know what I'm grateful for? We're the ones that went through that learning process of social media, not our kids, because, you know,
they understand really young that it's going to be there.
Yeah, they know. And when it came out, like you said, I'm like, you know, you throw a MySpace status up, F this MFer by name, and like he lives
on their wall,
like nobody cares, and then that shit comes back to bite you.
And you're just sitting there and you're like, damn, man, like I put everything on the internet, everything. Like some of the shit, remember back in the day, Facebook wasn't even pictures. You literally just typed out words. Like you typed, kind of like Twitter started. You just typed out your status. It would say, what are you doing today? Or whatever. Or no, it would say your name and then say is, and you had to type whatever. Yeah. Like it would say Justin Stagner is, and that was your status. You would type whatever. Is tired of this fucking school. Like, you know, whatever it is. Yeah.
Shit's come a long way.
It has. And now Facebook is like,
in just a short time.
Oh yeah. Like, you know, I listen to people on Rogan talk about that all the time. Like, as soon as we figured out the internet, just to now. Like,
it's like overnight.
I mean, what has it been? Probably 40 years tops. Yeah. Like, think about how long we were humans before we got the internet, and now we're here.
Yeah, that's crazy. And now AI, it's wild.
AI is the new one that bothers me.
AI
just wild. Because I don't know what's ever going to be what now.
You can't trust anything.
Now that, like, I don't, audio wise, you can't trust anything, period. But now, video wise, you can't trust anything. Like,
didn't Drake, somebody released a whole album, a fake Drake album?
I believe it.
Isn't that?
Was it just him crying?
Basically, Kiki, do you love me? Kiki!
I do love Drake, though. But no, they probably could nowadays. They just released a Randy Travis song where he didn't say a word.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's, oh, that's pretty good. No, it sounds exactly like him.
Who do you think would win in a fist fight? Master P or Pastor Troy?
Probably Master P.
Yeah, definitely.
He's got the size.
Or Project Pat.
Oh, man. I'm still going Master P, probably. Master P make him say,
I think Project Pat. I think Project Pat could take P.
I mean, Project Pat is like,
I don't know. Dang.
Project Pat's Memphis, so you might be right.
Yeah,
you might be right.
But P Shreveport.
I was about to say
Shreveport ain't no joke.
Either way, I think Pastor Troy's out of the talk. I think.
Yeah, Pastor. I meant when I said that.
You meant Project Pat.
I meant Project Pat.
I
was thinking Pastor Troy.
Oh, I don't know. That's pretty
ain't no
good.
more play in GA.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm still taking Master P.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Project Pat.
Okay.
So we need to rank.
We need to arrange that. Get that up. Get that together. Can y'all contact Master P and
get with their people and
Project Pat?
We'll get Dave Portnoy involved, and we'll
get the bets on that'll go through the roof. Bovada, get that on the website.
There you go.
Project Pat, Master P,
UFC 305.
Yeah, Dana, where you at? Get that together. Dude, you see
man.
where Dana White just got up in the middle of that podcast and was like, "Oh fuck podcasts, I'm not doing them no more," and just walked out.
I saw that.
And they're like, "Is he serious?" Like, "Yeah, no, I'm done."
Yeah, Howie Mandel.
Yeah, oh, that's exactly who it was. I couldn't remember who it was. That's exactly who it was. And then dude, it's hard to like hate Dana. He just says everything that he thinks.
I love Dana White.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how anybody hates him. He just says whatever he thinks. He's a no bullshit dude.
Yeah, I love Dana White. Yeah, that was a weird. I don't know what to take of that podcast though.
I didn't listen to the whole thing. All I saw of it was that clip.
Yeah, I think Howie was just introducing him like no one knew who he was. Like, going into all these accolades, Dana's like, "And do you need to say like I'm Dana White?" You know
well, yeah, it doesn't even matter who you are. Like, but especially in Dana White's case. But like in podcasts, they just want to hear you talk anyway. Everybody's watching it because Dana White's on it anyway.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think he ever said why he did that. Not that I heard.
They came out and they asked him in one of the press conferences he does for UFC. They're like, "Hey, did you really mean?" He's like, "Yeah, man, I just fucking tired of podcasts."
Yeah.
He said, "I get the same questions all the time." He said, "I'm just tired of podcasts."
Well, where'd you get started?
Yeah, how'd you start the UFC? What made you buy it? And you're like, "Yeah, dude. I mean,
money." Like, nobody wants the truth. The truth is, okay, I was inspired by, bro, it's money.
Of course it is.
It's money.
It's like when somebody asks you, like, "How'd you lose weight?" Like, "I ate better."
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to do that. Can tell me another way. No, that's all I got.
Stop eating a whole tub of ice cream at one sitting.
Which is, I struggle with. I'm not an ice cream fan. I'm not much on sweets.
I love ice. I love ice cream.
Shitty food.
Yeah,
like,
I do too.
Oh, like McDonald's or whatever it may be. Pizza. Oh yeah.
Pizza's my
I love
weakness.
shitty food.
Yeah.
I'm not much on sweets.
Anything fried. Fried green tomatoes.
Fried deer meat, anything. Even good shit that would be healthy for you, let's fry it and it'll be terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I want that.
Yeah. Can you fry celery? Let's fry it.
Hell yeah, deep fried celery. I asked my wife the other day, I was like, people make fun of the South, but we really do eat the stupidest shit. The shit that's the absolute. I was like, you could go to the fair and get butter on a stick.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. That's so dumb.
The deep fried Oreos, though.
Oh, dude. We called them, there was a place that started them down here, first place down here that had them, and it was called Fatheads, and they called them Fat Cookies.
Really?
And it was a deep fried Oreo.
Man,
God,
so good.
delicious.
So good.
Like, I don't mess with sweets, but those are good.
My girlfriend's from Wisconsin. I don't think she's ever had them. I got to introduce her to
How
them.
does she feel about fried food?
She could go without eating fried food. She loves fried green tomatoes.
What about like sweet tea? No.
Yeah, she'll drink sweet tea. She's not like, she don't crave it. She don't want it.
Right. I just, they don't have it up there for the most part.
No, she'll drink it. It's not something she wants.
Yeah.
Which I love sweet tea.
How does she handle the heat in the South?
She likes a lot better than cold. Dude, we went up there. Oh my gosh, it's the first time I ever experienced anything like. I've never really been. I've been to Maryland in February one time. That was miserable, but
yeah,
we went to Wisconsin for Christmas 2 years ago, and there was a big snowstorm that came in while we were there. It was the most miserable thing. I'm good. Like, I hate the heat, but I also hate the cold.
Yeah.
I wish I could just live in November all year.
Yeah.
But October, November.
When you get those 3 or 4 days that are 60, 70.
Yeah. Because I hate the extreme either way.
I do too.
But up there, man, it was just, and I don't have I don't have clothes. I don't have jackets equipped for that. I don't have clothes for that.
Yeah.
So I took what I thought was a thick jacket. Yeah. She was laughing at me like, that's not going to work. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? This thing sweats me out of here. Oh, it was freezing. I don't even know the temperature, but it was absolutely miserable.
Yep. I learned that. We went to
enjoy it.
We went to Montana. We've been going every year since I was 17, but my grandpa got a house up there. The first year was when I was 17. We went up there, and we've never had a year like this since, thank God, but it was negative 22.
Yeah.
And oh my God, it was the coldest I've ever been in my life.
Crazy. People live there.
Zero. That's what my wife would live there in a heartbeat. Every time we go to Montana, she's like, why do we have to leave? I was like, Courtney, I don't think you think through like what day to day. You're in vacation mode. Oh my God, it's so pretty.
Right, yeah.
And you just think like, imagine getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning. You got Jackson, he's crying. You got to go to school, but you got to shovel the fucking driveway first.
Yeah.
You're going to be miserable.
Yeah. I ain't about that.
No, I was like, dude, I'm not shoveling snow all damn night or morning.
What do you think the best state to live in, weather-wise? What is the best state to live in? Probably like Tennessee.
Yeah,
I think
Tennessee.
probably Tennessee.
You're out of that tornado window, but you've got like every time I go to Nashville, even if it's hot as shit for us,
Yeah.
it'll be hot up there, but not like it doesn't. It's not scorching.
Yeah, I'd say
That's probably
or
Tennessee.
maybe Kentucky or
I tell you what, though, if I ever moved, I would go to Texas. That's where I'm going.
really.
Yeah, probably.
Is it not as humid there? It's hot.
It's very hot, but it's not as humid.
Yeah.
But like better taxes, you know,
Yeah.
they got good comedy scenes over there. Like that's where I would go.
Wanna go
if
to
I
Kill
have-
Tony?
I would love to do Kill Tony.
Dude, that's
but I
great.
just don't know what I probably have a joke or two that could work in a minute, but that's so hard.
A
Like,
one minute set is
minute?
tough.
God, you got to have some just one line bangers.
Sorry.
All good.
Yeah.
You got to have some just one liners that are just,
Yeah.
you know. I would still love to do it. I want to go. Actually wrote the club and was like, hey, can I come over there and just do some, how do I get a set? Just a 5-minute set. I don't care. Like, whatever. And they're like, Sundays and Mondays, you can come over and do a open mic and the booker will be there watching them. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I'll probably
that's
come do
cool.
that. I'd go over there and stay maybe like 4 or 5 days and try to do all the clubs. They said that there's a bunch of clubs all right there where you can go work your stuff out.
Go up there and drop your name in the bucket.
I'm thinking, well, I mean, I just don't know what I'd do for a minute. I'm sure I could figure something out, but like,
If Casey Rocket can do it, we can do it.
dude, that guy is all over the place,
He
man.
is. And I'm not knocking him, but man, he's like,
I'm not knocking him either. People
Everywhere.
love him, so he's got to be funny.
Yeah.
I just never. I'm just sitting there watching him, and when he gets done, I'm like, what happened?
yeah, like.
Was
hey,
that a bit?
more
He didn't
power
even
to you.
say anything.
He's so random.
But they eat him up, and I think he's doing great. But like, what if he was going to do 45-minute set?
Yeah.
There's no way he could do that for 45 minutes. If he could, then I would be so impressed that I would just call.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I've always thought about with America's Got Talent shows like that, where these people are winning a Vegas show.
Right. That's true.
And you've got something that's really cool and entertaining for the minute and a half that we just watched, but am I going to sit through 2 hours of that?
Right. Exactly.
And it's the same with like Casey. Like, imagine seeing a 1 hour set
Yeah.
of just chaos.
And maybe he's got something planned completely different for that.
Yeah,
if he's
I'd
got
like
an
to
hour.
see- I've never
but
seen
for those
anything.
little 1 minutes, like he's got
Yeah.
some high energy. He's fucking
I'm saying I've never seen anything other than him
than
on
the Kill Tony.
Kill
yeah.
Tony, so
Yeah.
I don't.
But I think he started going with I saw some flyers for him doing some like clubs, so he must have some
yeah,
at least opening sets, 10-minute sets. I'd love to see him do a 10-minute set and see what it's like.
yeah. I know Will Montgomery has a podcast, and Casey's on there quite a bit.
That's the redheaded guy, right? Yeah. Now he's funny. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah,
He's said some things on Kill Tony that have made me laugh.
I think Casey's funny. It's just chaos.
He is.
I think he's funny. Like and a lot of people don't. I see people.
Nobody's like him. I'll give him that.
People rip him apart, but it may not be funny comedy,
Conventional,
but
yeah.
it's entertaining.
Exactly.
It's very entertaining.
When he gets to the end, like you know what I'm saying? When I come across a Casey Rocket video, I never just say, "Oh God," and scroll by.
Yeah,
I watch the
do
whole
too.
thing. I watched
and
it.
that's what his thing is.
Exactly.
Like he's just entertaining, whether you like him or not. I think of Kanye West the same way. Whether you like Kanye West or not, usually if he's speaking, you're going to listen to what the hell he's saying, because it could go,
dude,
left or right. You don't know.
I'm not saying that I love Kanye in his later years, but I loved Kanye whenever his music. I've always loved Kanye's music. I just love anything he does music wise.
His mind is.
And that's the thing. Like if you didn't have Twitter and podcasts or whatever, everybody would still love Kanye universally.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah, he said some dumb
his
stuff,
mind being that way is probably why he's so good at doing what he does.
Dude, he did a show in Atlanta at Mercedes-Benz, and I don't know if you saw, he lived in Mercedes-Benz Stadium for like a month before the show. lived in the stadium.
Why?
Because he wanted to experience it. It was the Donda. It was when he was doing Donda. So they would show like the Falcons be out there practicing or doing whatever. Kanye'd be standing up in the very top, just standing there watching.
Wow.
It's weird. It's the weirdest guy.
That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
It's weird.
But he's Kanye. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he can do it. Yeah.
I think that's one of those things where like whatever happens at the end of it, you can just be like, well, he's Kanye.
Yeah, and I think that's the beauty of having minds like that. It's going back to Casey Rock. There's nothing Casey could do at this point that would be like,
right.
Oh, damn,
Too
Casey.
shocking or
No,
whatever. Yeah.
you look at it like, oh, I mean, it's Casey Rock.
Casey Rock.
You know what I mean? That's the brilliance of being like that.
Yeah, that's true.
You know? You do whatever you want.
I'd still love to see him do 10 minutes. I'd just love to know
Yeah.
what that would be like. If he could bounce around like that for 10 minutes, I'd be so impressed. You imagine how winded you'd be.
Yeah, I can't bounce around like I couldn't do 20 seconds of a Casey Rock bit.
Oh, God. I give my wife the best 2 minutes of her life, and I'm give out.
That's it. Here's your monthly gift, girl. We're done. We're done. Come talk to me at Christmas.
I think we didn't even get into much, but I think that's a great note to end on, man.
That's good.
I'm so glad you came.
Absolutely.
I've enjoyed it.
It was really fun. I like the setup too. I really like this.
Y'all tell them where to follow you, Marshall Patrick.
Marshall Patrick on I forget. I think it's the Marshall Patrick on TikTok, the _ Marshall Patrick on YouTube, and the Marshall Patrick on Facebook and Instagram.
Y'all go watch him. He's got some of the most original, funny shit out there right now.
I appreciate it.
All right, man. Thank you for coming on.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Bye, guys.